When I asked about my daughter's wedding, I expected excitement, maybe nervous laughter, maybe details about the venue or the dress. Instead, my son-in-law looked at me calmly and said, "We got married yesterday." I froze. "What do you mean yesterday?" I asked. He shrugged. "At the courthouse, just us." My heart dropped like a stone. For years, I had dreamed about my daughter's wedding day. I imagined helping her pick a dress, crying during the vows, holding her hand before she walked down the aisle. I saved money quietly, never telling her, just in case she needed it one day. And now it was over. Just like that. No invitation. No phone call. No warning. I looked at my daughter, hoping she'd say something. She didn't meet my eyes. "I thought we were waiting," I whispered. She crossed her arms. "Mom, it wasn't a big deal, it's just paperwork." Paperwork. That word hurt more than anything. I forced a smile and said, "So, congratulations." Inside, I felt like someone had slammed a door on my chest. Cloud the silence after. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying the moment in my head. I raised her alone after her father died. I worked 2 jobs, I skipped meals so she could eat better, I never missed a school play or a birthday. And now I wasn't even worth a phone call. The next morning, I decided not to argue. I didn't want to look jealous or dramatic, I just wanted to understand. So I called her. "Why didn't you tell me?" I asked softly. She sighed. "Because I knew you'd make it a big thing." "A wedding is a big thing," I replied. "To you," she said, "not to us." That sentence cut deep. Firecracker, the real reason. A week later, my cousin called me. "Did you know they had a reception?" she asked. My stomach twisted. "What reception?" She went quiet. "Oh, I thought you were there." Turns out they had a small party at his parents' house. Food, music, photos, even a cake. His family was there. His friends were there. I was. Neither were my sisters. Neither were her childhood friends. Only his people. When I confronted my daughter, she exploded. "You always act like everything is about you," she yelled. "I just wanted to be included," I said. "Well, his parents paid for everything," she snapped. "They didn't want drama." Drama. Apparently I was the drama. The shame. For weeks I stayed quiet. I didn't post anything online, I didn't tell neighbors. When people asked, I said, "She's busy with work." Inside I felt ashamed, like I'd failed as a mother. One day I overheard my daughter on the phone. "Yeah, we didn't invite Mom, she cries too much." I stood in the hallway, gripping the wall. That night I packed all the wedding money I had saved, every note, every coin, and put it back in my drawer. Not because I was angry, but because I realized something painful. I wasn't needed anymore. Collision, the turning point. 3 months later, my daughter came to my house unexpectedly. She looked stressed. "Mom, can I stay here for a few days?" I stepped aside and let her in. She sat down and burst into tears. "He changed after we got married," she said. "He controls everything. He doesn't like when I talk to you. He says you're negative." My chest tightened. "I tried to tell him I missed you," she said, "and he said, 'You chose me when you married me.'" Suddenly, everything made sense. The rushed wedding. The secrecy. The distance. It wasn't her idea. It was his. Candle, the confession. That night she confessed something that shocked me. "He told me if I waited I'd lose him," she said. "He said your family would ruin our happiness." I took her hands. "Why didn't you tell me?" "I thought love meant choosing him over everyone else," she whispered. I hugged her tightly. "I should have fought harder," she said. "I should have invited you." Tears ran down my face, but I didn't shout. "I'm just glad you came back," I said. Balance, the consequences. When her husband came to pick her up, I faced him. "You should have told me," I said calmly. He smiled politely. "It wasn't necessary." "That was my daughter's wedding," I replied, "not a business deal." He didn't answer. From that day on, I stopped chasing them. I stopped begging for calls. I stopped pretending everything was fine. And slowly, my daughter started calling again. Not every day, but more than before. Seedling, the final lesson. 1 year later, they announced they were having a real wedding ceremony. This time I was invited. When I watched my daughter walk down the aisle, I didn't cry from joy. I cried from relief. Because I had learned something important. Sometimes people don't hurt you because they hate you. They hurt you because someone convinced them you don't matter. And the saddest weddings are the ones where love is rushed and families are erased. Direct hit moral for ending line. They got married yesterday. But I lost my daughter that day too.